Good morning, everyone. It is Monday and I'm getting ready for work. Yay! But I've been doing some chores here this morning to make it a little easier tonight. So I'm going to talk about my farm today. I'm not going to talk about the hostages being released, which is great. I'm not ready to do that yet. Um, but I am going to talk about the farm right now. It is getting colder, and I loved it this morning. It was very crisp. Yesterday, I poured out all of the water of my little watermelon fountain. I'm going to clean it really well, bag it, and put it away into the summer kitchen, and get that put away for the winter. I am also building my chickens nut and seed bin. I've got to get the bin cleaned out. It has a bunch of crafting stuff in it, so I need to pull out all of my Halloween and Christmas decor in it. It's right here. That blue one right there. So I have two of those that my husband bought me for chicken feed. And I was trying to get the house cleared up after me doing all the crafts. And so I just started putting stuff in there. And I need to get in there and divide it up from Halloween and Christmas. So I have those two things in there. And then I will start pouring all of my seeds and nuts and everything in there. And I'm going to blend it all up, move half of it up to there and some of it up to where the cabana is. So that way it'll be easier to do some extra feeding this winter. Yesterday, I introduced the girls, the two Great Danes, to the back area. My Great Danes are absolutely fabulous with my chickens, my roosters, my chickens. They were a little curious of Gandalf, but they really didn't pay him that much of mind. They just went up and smelled him to see how different he was. He kind of freaked out a little bit, and he makes that weird gobble noise. And so, you know, I can trust my Great Danes with my chickens. And so now they are going to have a place to go. When I get off work tonight, I'm just going to take them back there and just let them go. I'm going to go back there and do a little bit of chores. I'm going to start some dinner, but I'm getting all of my kitchen chores done this morning so that way I come home to clean dishes. And that's awesome. Um, and I'm going to make some chicken breasts that I got at the last shop I did. I also have a whole chicken to bake. So we're going to have chicken tonight, and I'm also going to make some cornbread, jalapeno cornbread dressing, and whatever vegetables we want. We do have some leftover dumplings from our Chinese meal. The rice that I made, I just went ahead and divided that up and gave it to the chickens this morning. My husband, he'll only eat it once, and I was like, I've had enough of it. And so that's what they got for breakfast with some kale and old hot dog buns. But anyway, I have made the decision to breed Raven to Solomon the next time she comes in heat. I will not breed Onyx because Onyx has an autistic sense to her. She is absolutely brilliant. Like I've said in many other videos, I could teach her the buttons, the talk buttons, and she would do it. I've considered ordering them for her. It's just a small living room, and with two Great Danes, and you add that button panel down. I just don't think Raven would get it, and she would. Well, she might. Raven's pretty smart, but Raven is my warrior dog. She is built like a male Great Dane. She has a nice boxy head. She's just very sturdy. Where Onyx is more feminine, more greyhound like, but she's savant and yet autistic. She is all about sensory. So, yesterday, when I introduced to the back, I took Raven first. I led her around back there a little bit, and then I just turned her loose. And Raven stays really close to me. She and I have more of a connection as far as her boundaries. Onyx is all about herself and she makes her own boundaries. So after Raven had been out there for about a half an hour, I went and got Onyx because she was flipping out. She has separation anxiety away from her sister. So I took her up and I kept her on leash for a little bit until Raven wandered back up to where we were. And I'm going to tell you, Raven and Solomon have a connection. Now, Onyx kind of played the dominant but playful role with Solomon. Solomon was in his kennel. So eventually, I am going to see if we can turn Raven and Solomon loose together eventually, see how that goes. I'll probably have Raven loose and bring him out on a leash, see how that goes. Or have him loose and take Raven out on leash. And then we're going to try to get all three of them together. And then we will add Tashir to the mix after Tashir and Solomon are able to play together. But anyway, I've decided to breed Raven to Solomon the next time she comes in heat if this progresses the way I think it will. Now, with a Great Dane and a Great Pyrenees, obviously the coat's not going to be pure Great Pyrenees, and it's not going to be like those pups could stay out in the winter all night, all winter long. I mean, they could if they have that complete coat, but I don't think they will. So these will be like daytime livestock guardian dogs. And that's what I do with the Great Danes. My Great Danes are absolutely safe with my chickens. They don't do anything. So if I can get Raven and Solomon together and they breed in about 6 months, 5.5 months, or whatever, then we should have April puppies, which will be a great puppy time. I do need to get one more kennel, and the price has gone up like $100. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. But anyway, I'm getting the barn ready. Getting trying to move everybody out of the brooder barn. We've got everybody out of the goat barn. Now, once I pull the garden down here and I start cutting all of the tomato and cucumber vines as soon as the frost starts hitting, then I'm going to clear out the goat barn, all of the old bedding and goat leftovers in there, and put them on top of the garden floor. So that's what we're going to do. And I think it's going to be an interesting thing. I think it's very important for people to have chicken safe dogs. We know that Solomon fails whenever the chickens are there. Tashir doesn't have the experience, and she is quite stubborn, even though I called her off of loose chickens, and she was very good about that. Raven and Onyx definitely are much better with chickens. So daytime guards, nighttime guards, and all the time guards and half the time guards. Um, my Great Danes are very much couch potatoes, Onyx more so than Raven. So it ought to be interesting. What do you think? I'm excited. Um, Knowing that I can take them back there and just let them go. And like yesterday, I was doing some pull exercises with my bow, and I was standing up next to the fence so they would come and check in at me, and do rounds. And Raven's really good. I think Raven is probably the better of the two when it comes to socialization, due to the fact that she doesn't have any hiccups as far as sensory or things distracting her mind like Onyx. So I'm really, really excited about that. And as soon as Raven walked up to Solomon's kennel, she was wagging that great big old tail and she dropped her ears. Of course, Onyx pulled her ears up and had her bristles up. Raven did not. So I think it'll work. But we will not breed Onyx. Try not to breed Onyx. I really don't think I should, but she's very smart. So then that leaves, in 2 years, we will breed Tashir. And then we will have pure Great Pyrenees. And I may keep a male back from the Great Dane Great Pyrenees blend, and also kind of start another line. And I think people say, well, you're mixing the wrong dogs together. Well, that's not true. Great Pyrenees have such a thick coat. A lot of people don't want to deal with the coat. They only want their livestock guardian dog with their chickens or with their livestock when they go out or maybe during the day. And see, that's what I'm talking about. At night, all of my chickens go up. So I wouldn't have to have my chicken guard dogs outside. They could be on my couch. And of course, I'm just really excited. I do have a lot more I want to talk about, but I just kind of wanted to talk about that, see what you think. Oh my goodness, what time is it? Okay. Well, I've got to get ready for work, and I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about what's going on as far as um, the Great Dane, Great Pyrenees mix with Raven that I'm considering. And I will be doing some filming of the Great Danes back there and show you just how wonderful they are with the chickens. And I'm so glad because now I don't have to leave them in the house. They can come out with me when I do rounds and just go and explore and get all the exercise that they need. Onyx is a little bit on the chubby side. So, I mean, she's not fat, but she's chunky. She's kind of like me as far as she really likes carbohydrates and sweets. I know it's bad, but she does. Y'all have a good day. Hugs from a distance. I just wanted to share that with you. I really didn't want to get into politics, and I really just kind of wanted to tell you about the dog situation and what we're going to do here on our farm. And I can't wait to see puppies out of those two. And then in 2 years, we'll see puppies out of Tashir and Solomon. So, Raven and Solomon. Woo-hoo. Y'all have a great day. Hugs and distance.